Alright YouTube, in this video what we are going to see is how to auto populate dropdown with the help of MySQL and PHP. This is a very simple tutorial. As you can see on the screen, when I choose a country, the state gets automatically populated. What do I mean by that? When I click on India, you'll see in the state, the states of India appears. The same way, when you click on Pakistan, the state of Pakistan appears. Like the same way, when you click on Sri Lanka, you'll see the state of Sri Lanka appears. Fine, this is what we are going to see in the tutorial. Fine, before that I would like you to show the database, which is really important for this tutorial. Here you need to consider a foreign key relationship. We need a database which has two tables, and these two tables are connected. Fine, I'm not getting into the key and how does we create for key. I'm just going to show how that looks. Fine, let me show you the database. We have a database comment. Inside the comment we have two tables, which is TBL underscore country and TBL underscore state. The TBL underscore country has two columns. TBL underscore state has three columns. So let me show you the TBL underscore country first. We have a C underscore ID which says country ID, which is auto incremented. Let's think this as a primary key. I have made this primary key. We have three different countries. Fine, please note we have a primary key here. The same TBL underscore state has a primary key and a foreign key. This foreign key has the same value as of the table underscore country. If you want to make this clickable, what you have to do is you have to write query. Let's type alter table foreign key w3 score. You will go and you just have to update it. So what will happen? Your table will get converted. Your column will get converted into a primary key, foreign key. Sorry for that. Just look for the code. We are searching for alter. Fine, we got it. And I think we need a MySQL, the SQL, to check if we have SQL, or we will just make this alter table MySQL. Let me type MySQL. Okay, this seems fine, I guess. We just have to replace our column and our table appropriately. So we are working on TBL underscore state. We are going to make C underscore ID, and we are going to reference with TBL underscore country C underscore ID. Just click on go. It should say it's done. When we click on browse, you'll see the link. Now this acts as a link. When I click on CID, you'll see the table of the TBL underscore country. We are on table underscore state. So when I click on the foreign key relationship, it gets linked to the previous table. Make sure this works fine, or else your program will not work. I hope you are clear with the database part. If you want, you can see the SID is the auto increment value, and the CID, which is a country ID, which is the foreign key for this table. And you can see the 1 relates to India, the 2 relates to Pakistan, and the 3 relates to Sri Lanka. If I show you the table of country ID, the 1 relates to India, the 2 relates to Pakistan, and the 3 relates to Sri Lanka. And so does the foreign key relationship works. Fine. Now let me start our index.php from scratch. First of all, what we need is we have to auto populate the country drop down. So refresh, will not find anything. Just save it. I have saved it and I'm going to refresh it. Now the first thing is we need to retrieve data from database. So just type fetch data MySQL. We don't write any code, we just have to copy paste it. So we are going to retrieve data of the table underscore country. You just have to replace your username, which is by default root, and the password is none, and the database, as I have already shown you, which is comment. And the table and the query should display all the values from the table underscore country. Fine. The ID, which is C underscore ID, and the name is C underscore name, and rest remove it. We don't have to think about it. If I refresh it, it will show the data of the table underscore country. There's an error on line 23. Let me check what it is. We don't need the else part, we don't need the if part. We will keep the code as simple as required for the tutorial. The connection is also not required. Yep, connection is also not required. Okay, extremely well. Now we have to output this as a drop down. So type select tag in HTML. First we will wc copy paste it onto the code, and I will discuss. Fine, get the HTML code. Just type it. Give the ID as country, and on the first value select country name, and rest remove it. And in this portion you are going to display the PHP value. So PHP echo, what it should echo? It should echo the variable called output, which has the HTML tag. Alright, we have somehow managed to display the data from database into the web page which we have created. We have to embed the data into a HTML. How we are going to do it? Just type the HTML, which is option value. The value would be ID. Fine. Once it's done, we need a value, and then we have to close the bracket. We have to check the HTML. We have opened the braces, and now it's done. So, and again it should come this way, and the PHP code, and then ends the closing tag. We have to check whether it is work. We have to remove the echo and create a PHP variable. First we have to initialize it at blank, and then store the value on each while loop. Output dot equal to, let's check, it should work. Yep, it is working absolutely fine, but you can see there is an error, which is we need a closing of option tag. That's the reason why we are getting that output. I hope now it's refresh it, and yes, you can see, you can see not only the values but also the option value. Let me inspect it, because there is where you can see the values 1 2 3 which we have retrieved from the database. Fine. Now we have to create another select tag, and this time it's state, and we don't need the PHP code, but we will call it from the Ajax. If you want, you can surround it with paragraph so that you can make it a block level, whereas previously it was inline, now it's block. Yep. Okay, the same code we are going to use on the fetch.php, which we will be calling with the help of Ajax. Now it's table underscore state, where c underscore id equal to, for our convenience let me make it 2. Fine. So it is now state name, and the ID is state ID. Let me run it, duplicate, and call the fetch dot php. So there seems to be an error. Let's see what it is. Echo dollar output. Why this? It is because you have not initialized the PHP. Yep. On line number 8 there is an error. Let's see what it is. Undefined variable server name in fetch.php. It is localhost. We have not copied that one. Fine. If you select 1, I hope it is in. If you select 3, it's and that's done. Now we are going to pass a variable with the help of post method through Ajax. So dollar underscore post, and the name would be X. It should work. Let's check. It will not work here because we have not passed anything. To call, you have to use the Ajax. Before that, we need jQuery CDN and get it from W3 School, which is best copy pasting your code. Let's go to the CDN section. So this is the CDN section. You have to paste it inside the head. Okay, now you have to write the script inside the script tag. What we are going to write: when there is a change on the country section there should be an alert document dot. When the document is ready, execute the function. Just checking with alert. Yep, it is working now. When I change, that means dollar hash country, which is the ID dot change. When there is a change, execute the function and display alert. A comment is always useful. Let's see if it should be an alert. And yes, it is also working. Now when I change, I want the value. What do I mean by value? Value of the option, this one. Then on change, get the current value and store it inside a variable called country underscore ID, because X we have already used on the fetch.php. Just alert the variable. Let's see the value. If it's Pakistan, it should say 2. Yep, don't worry, you'll get the source code in the description below. Fine. If you see, now we are going to use the Ajax dot Ajax URL method data type, and then on success what should happen. Fine, we have to send the data to the URL called fetch.php. The method should be post and the data should be text. Data type should be text and the data is simply what we pass. We're going to pass X, and the X would be the value of the options value which we have retrieved and displayed on alert. When on success, just display alert done, just for checking purpose, or else it will display error. If the alert doesn't work, that means we have an error in the code. Let's see what it is. Method URL, let's give the URL on the quotation. Since done is a text or a string, you have to make it on the quotation. Yep. Now as you can see, on success you have passed the value X to this one output. Yep. Now the echoed output value is retrieved from the parameter called data, and we are going to embed it on HTML of the select state section. Dollar, here it's ID dot HTML There seems to be an error. If you find similar error, you have to check the fetch.php. Unexpected identifier. There seems to be a quotation mark mistake. Let's see and figure out. As mentioned, there was a quotation mark mistake. You'll find the source code in the description. Thank you for tuning. If I select India, you'll see the state of India. If I select Sri Lanka, you'll see the state of Sri Lanka. If I click on Pakistan, you'll see the state of Pakistan with the ID. (678), which you will get at a database. Thank you for listening.